alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. I hope you are all fine at your home. I am here, your science teacher from IYS School for Class 3. Students, yesterday we have learned about sense organ, the organ of sight and the organ of taste. Today I will teach you remaining topics about sense of touch, sense of hearing and sense of smell. So let's start from sense of touch. So skin is the organ of touch. So do you know about skin? The outer covering of your body is called skin. What is skin? The outer covering of the body is called skin. This is the outer covering. The first layer of skin and this is the outer covering of the skin of your body is called skin. Okay, so do you know about skin is the largest sense organ of the body. Other four senses like sight, hearing, smell, and taste are located in different parts of the body, but our sense of touch is found all over because our whole body is covered with skin. Students, you have five sense organ, okay? In five sense organ, skin is the largest sense organ of the body. Have you got it? So let's start now. Skin. Skin is the outer covering of your body. It protects the internal organs like bones and muscles of your body. The skin helps us to feel by the sense of touch. You can touch and feel things with your skin. Okay, students, your skin of touch help you to feel about size, temperature, shape, and different textures. By touching things, we know if something is wet or dry, hot or cold, or you can by touching you can feel the thing is hard or soft. Okay, so skin is the outer covering of your body. This is the first layer of the skin. Okay, the outer covering of your body is called skin and the skin is the largest organ in the human body. Okay, have you got it? Beta, take a screenshot. This is about the sense of the touch. The skin is the outer covering of your body and it's protect your internal organs like bones and muscles of your body, and the skin help us to feel by the sense of touch. How you can feel? By touching things you can feel the thing is wet or dry, hot or cold, hard or soft. Okay, so this is about the skin. Now the next topic is how we feel things by touch. Okay, so students, keep the these things in your mind. Our skin is not made up of only one layer. Our skin is made up of many layers. Okay, our skin is made up of many layers. These layers have thousands of tiny blood vessels and nerves called receptors. So what is blood receptors? So beta, blood receptors it is a tube through which blood circulate in the body. Okay, the blood circulate in the body through these blood vessels. Okay, and what is nerves? Nerves it also are tube carrying information and messages from different body organ to the brain. Okay, nerve functions to uh, carrying information and messages from different body organ to the brain. Okay, so our skin is made up of many layers. It is not made up of just only one layer. Okay, and these layers have thousands of tiny blood vessels and nerves called receptors. So beta, receptors are very small in size. Okay, we can't see with our eye. Okay, they are very small in size but they collect very accurate information when touched. Okay, they give information about the thing which our body come in contact with. Okay, when you touch something, touch receptors send signal along nerve. You know, nerve carrying information and messages from body organ to the brain. Okay, when you touch something, touch receptors send signal along nerve to your brain. For example, if you touch ice, touch receptors send messages to your brain to tell you that ice is very cold and hard. Okay. If you touch flower, so touch receptors send message to your brain through nerve. The flower is very soft. Okay. So by the help of the receptor, we can we can know that the thing we touch, this is hard, soft. Okay, so receptors are very small in size, but they collect very accurate information when you touch anything. Okay, so students, the top layer of the skin, this is the top layer of the skin is alive. Okay, the top layer of the skin is alive. It gives us information about the thing which our body come in contact with: hot, cold, soft, hard. If the top layer of the skin is dead, so we it doesn't give us information about the thing. Okay, so the top layer, this is the top layer of the skin. What is skin? You know that our the outer covering of the body is called skin. So the top layer of the skin is alive. It gives us information about the thing which our body come in contact with: hot, cold, soft, hard. Okay, have you got it? So this is about how we feel thing by touch. Okay, when we touch anything, our touch receptors send messages to the brain, and then brain tell us what we touch. That thing is soft, hard, wet, dry, hot, and cold. Okay, so our sense of touch help you to feel about the size, shape, and temperature. Okay, have you got it, beta? So this is about how we feel things by touch. So this is about the sense, the skin, the organ of the touch. Okay, so the next topic is air. Air, the organ of hearing. The ear is the organ of hearing like your other sense organs. Your ears are extremely well designed. They serve two very important purposes. Do you know what they are? First purpose, our ear help us to hear sound. And the second, our ear also help us to keep our body balance. Okay, so our ear perform two important functions. One is our ear help us to hear sound, and the second purpose is our ears also help us to keep our body balance. Our ears pick up all sound around us, then turn this information into a form our brain can understand. Okay, so ear is the sensory organ of hearing. Our ear has three main parts: the outer ear, and the second part is the middle ear, and the third part is the inner ear. The first part is the outer ear filled with air, and the second part, middle ear, it is filled with air, and the inner air is filled with liquid. Okay, so our air has three main parts: the first outer air, middle second is middle air, and the third is and the last part is inner air. So let's start from outer air. uh, how we air. How we hear. Every day you hear sound when you talk to your friends and family, listen to music, go to the playground, and do so many different things while you hear all of this sound. So students, do you know how you hear all the different sound around you? So when an object makes a noise, it sends vibration. You know about vibration? The vibrations are cued to and for movement. Everything which vibrates make a sound. I'm repeating again. Vibration are cued to and for movement. Everything which vibrates make a sound. Okay. So when any object make a noise, it send vibration in the form of sound wave. This is sound wave. Okay, sound travel in the form of wave, and sound waves travel through solid, liquid, air. Okay, so when an object make a noise, it send vibration in the form of the sound wave through the air. This vibration are collected into the air canal. Okay, this is the part is air canal. Okay, air canal is the part of the outer air. Okay, so the vibration are then collected into the air canal by the outer air. Okay, air canal. You know about air canal? Air canal, it is a tube. Okay, it is a tube running from outer air to the middle air. Okay, this is a tube like structure. It is a tube running from outer air to middle air. Okay, so the center part is the air canal. This is the air canal. So this vibration are then collected into the air canal by the outer air. Then As the vibration moves into the middle air from the air canal, this vibration moves to the middle air. Okay, in the middle air, then they hit the eardrum. Eardrum a part of the middle ear. Okay, this is the eardrum. This light blue color shows eardrum, a part of the middle ear that vibrate in response to sound waves. Okay, so this is the part of the middle ear. Okay, eardrum is the part of the middle ear, and ear canal is the part of the outer ear. This is the outer ear. Okay. So I'm repeating again. When an object makes a sound noise, it sends vibration in the form of the sound waves and then enter into the air outer from outer air. Okay, this vibration are then collected into the air canal by the outer air. They hit and then move into the middle air. Then they hit the eardrum and cause it to vibrate as well. The innermost part of the air, this is the last part, innermost part. The innermost part of the air send message to the brain about the vibration made by the sound wave. Then brain make sense of the messages and tell us what kind of sound we are hearing. Okay, beta. When we hear any type of sound, okay, this sound travel in the form of the wave. It enter from the outer air through the air canal and goes into the middle ear, eardrum. Then they hit the eardrum and cause it vibration. Okay, then this vibration enters the inner ear, and the inner most part are responsible to send messages about the sound, and then our brain tell us what kind of sound we are hearing. Okay, so this way we hear sound. Okay, have you got it, beta? Okay, I am going toward the next slide. Okay, you know that our air divided into the three parts. So let us start from the outer part. Okay, outer outer layer, the outer layer, this is called the outer layer. Okay, the outer layer is the external part of the air. Okay, the outer layer is the external part of the air which collects sound waves. Okay, this is the part of the air that we can see. Okay, this part we can see with our eyes. We can also see the opening of the air canal. Okay, this is the opening of the air canal, or you know that air canal, it is a tube running from outer air to the middle air. Okay, so this portion is the outer air. Okay, so air canal is the part of the outer air. This is the part of the air that we can see. Okay, we can see with our eye. We can also see the opening of the air. This part act like a funnel to catch sound waves and direct them to the eardrum. Okay, they catch sound waves and send to the eardrum. Okay, so this is about the outer layer. Beta, take a screenshot. This is about the outer layer. This is the part of the air that we can see. We can also see the opening of the air canal. Okay, this part act like a funnel to catch sound waves. Okay, and direct them to the eardrum. Okay, this is about the outer air. Now the next part of the air is the middle air. Second part of the air is called middle air. Okay, the middle air is an air-filled cavity that turns sound waves into vibration and then deliver them into the inner air. This is a small air-filled space behind the eardrum. Okay, this is the eardrum. This is the uh, air canal. Okay, air canal is the part of the outer air, and uh, from this section middle air start. Okay, eardrum, this is the eardrum. Okay, you know eardrum, a part of the middle air that vibrate in response to sound waves. Okay, so um, this is the small air-filled space behind the eardrum. There are three tiny bones in the middle ear. Okay, in the middle ear are three tiny bones. They are hammer, anvil, stirrup. Okay, they are hammer. First bone is hammer, second anvil, and the third stirrup. Okay, the hammer is attached to the eardrum when the eardrum vibrates. The hammer is attached with the eardrum. When students' eardrum vibrate, the hammer too. Why? Because hammer is attached to the eardrum. Then eardrum vibrate, the hammer too. Then this vibration hammer sand into to the anvil. Then anvil sand is stirrup. Okay. So there are three tiny bones in the middle layer. One is hammer, second is anvil, and the third is stirrup. Okay. So this is about the middle layer. Okay. Eardrum is the part of the middle layer. Eardrum are part of the middle layer that vibrates in response to the sound waves. Okay. So the hammer is also attached. This is the first bone of the middle ear. This bone is attached with the eardrum. Okay. When sound waves enter into the middle ear, so eardrum vibrate. When eardrum vibrate, and so also hammer also vibrate. Okay. Then the hammer send this vibration to the anvil and then to the stirrup. Okay, so this is about the middle ear. Better take a screenshot. It will be you do to work in your copy. This is about the middle ear. Okay, next, the last part of the ear is the inner ear. Okay, this is the last part. This is uh, this is the outer ear, and this is the middle ear, and this the last part is the inner ear. Okay, so inner ear is made up of cochlea and the semicircular canal. Okay, have you got it, beta? The inner ear is made up of cochlea and semicircular canal. So what is cochlea? Cochlea is a snail-like structure. This is cochlea. It is a snail-like structure in the inner ear filled with liquid. Okay, it is filled with liquid. It is a snail-like structure, and this is snail-like structure that is filled with liquid is called cochlea. Okay, have you got it? And the semicircular canal. So what is semicircular canal? It is a tiny fluid filled tube. This is a semicircular canal. Okay, it is a tiny fluid-filled tube in your inner ear that help you keep your body balance. Okay, you can keep your body balance through this tube. Okay, this is a sorry, it is a tiny fluid-filled tube in your inner ear. Okay, this is a semicircular canal and it is a snail-like shape. This snail-like structure is called cochlea. Okay, so the inner ear is made up of cochlea and the semicircular canal. This part of the ear control both our hearing and also our body balance. Okay, this is the function of the inner ear. This part of the ear control both our hearing and balance. Okay, have you got it? Okay, so students, in the inner ear, there are about 17,000. How many? 17,000 tiny ears inside each ear. Some of these ear cells secrete signal which are sent to the brain. The brain then work out what we are hearing. They are also send message to the brain to help us keep our body balance when we move. Okay, students. Uh, have you ever feel why you feel dizzy? Okay. Do you know about why you feel dizzy? Dizzy means behosh. Okay. If you have ever feel dizzy because of the liquid inside the semicircular canal, you know this tube is filled with liquid. Okay. So the liquid inside the semicircular canal disrupt around inside your air. This make the hair of sensory cell bend in all direction. You know, in the inner ear, 17,000 hairs, tiny hairs are present. Okay, so this hair bend in all directions. So the cell signals confuse your brain. When your brain confused, you feel dizzy. Okay, dizzy means behosh. So if you have ever feel dizzy because the liquid inside the semicircular canal disturbed around your ear, this make the hair of the sensory cell bend in all directions. So the cell signal confuse your brain. When your brain confused, so you feel dizzy. Okay. So this is about the inner ear. Okay. Better take a screenshot. It will be helpful for you. Okay. It is made up of cochlea and semicircular canal. Okay. Now I am going toward the next topic and then okay. Do you know about how you can lose your ability to hear at early age by listening to sound that are very loud. If you listen sound very loud, you can lose your ability to hear and early age by listening. Okay. Now the next topic is about nose, the organ of smell. Okay, nose is it is the organ of smell. So smell is the strongest sense in the human body. Okay, do you know about smell is the strongest sense in the human body? So let's start from nose. We use our nose to breathe. Okay, we breathe through our nose. We also smell different things around with the help of our nose. Then our brain tells us whether the smell is pleasant or not. The two hole in your nose are called nostril. This is the hole, it is called nostril. Okay, the two holes in your nose, this is the holes. Okay, the two holes in your nose are called nostril. What are called nostrils? Okay, so the two holes in your nose are called nostrils. Okay, so this is about the nose. Beta, take a screenshot. By nose we can smell anything. It is pleasant or not. Okay, and the two holes in your nose are called nostrils. Okay, and next, do you know about in your nostrils? Okay, the two holes in your nose are called nostrils. Okay, in your nostrils, tiny little hairs are present, are called cilia. What are called cilia? The tiny hairs are called cilia. Have you got it, beta? The cilia filter all kind of things trying to enter our nose and stop them from going into our lungs. Okay, what is the function of the cilia? The cilia filter all kinds of things trying to enter our nose and stop them from going into our nose. Okay, and what are cilia? What is cilia? Cilia are the tiny small hairs. Okay, in our nostrils, tiny little hairs are present are called cilia. Okay, have you got it about the cilia? The tiny hairs are called cilia. Okay, and what is the function of the cilia? The cilia filter all kinds of things trying to enter our nose and stop them from going into our lungs. Okay, so the next topic is about how we smell. So students, how we smell. In our nostril, the odor particles are recognized by special characters. Do you know about odor particles? Odor particles are small particles that carry different smells. What are odor particles? Odor particles are very minute particles. We can't see with our eye. Okay, they are very small particles and they carry different smells. Okay, so in the nostrils, the odor particles are recognized by special structures. They send signal or messages to the brain. The brain recognizes different smells such as sweets, smelling flower, food being cooked, or something burning. Okay. So by the help of the odor particle, they bring the different smell in our nose. Then they send signal to our brain. Then brain tell us the smell, whether it's good or pungent and burning smell. Okay, so in the nostril, the odor particles are recognized by special structures. And what are odor particles? Odor particles are very small particles that carry different smells. Okay, so this is about how we smell. Okay, beta, take a screenshot. This is about how we smell. Okay, have you got it? This is about the how we smell. Now I am going to what the next topic. Okay, do you know many animals have a better sense of smell than humans? Do you know, students? Many animals have a better sense of smell than humans, like dogs. Dogs have amazing five sense organ. Okay, dogs are trained to sniff out dangerous things like bomb. Okay, dogs have the same five senses as we have, like smell, hearing, taste, touch, and sight. Okay, so dogs have the same five senses as we have. Dog can identify smell somewhere between 1,000 to 10,000 times better than humans. Okay, students, dogs can identify smell somewhere between 1000 to 10,000 times better than humans. Okay, and dog have a great sense of hearing. Okay, in fact, it is their second best sense next to their sense of smell. So dog have five sense as we have, and dog can identify smell 1,000 to 10,000 times better than human being, and they have a uh, second best sense. This is the hearing. Okay, so this is about the senses of the dog, and the next is, do you know about uh, the cat has long whiskers which are sensitive to touch, just like the skin on our fingers. So in human being, fingers are the sensitive part. Okay, and then um, cat has a long whiskers. These are the whiskers. The long hairs grow on the cat nose. Okay, the long hairs on the cat nose are called whiskers. Okay, the cat has long whiskers which are sensitive to touch, just like the skin on our finger. So, okay, so this is about the animals. Animals have a better sense of smells and better sense, five senses than humans. Okay, so do you know about the whiskers? The long hair grow on the cat nose. Okay, the cat has long whiskers which are sensitive to touch, just like the skin on our finger. Okay, so students, are you ready for the homework? Okay, this is your homework. Question number 1 to question number 5. This is your yesterday homework. Okay, have you got it? Better take a screenshot. This is your today homework. Question number 1, define senses. For answer, see slide number 3. Okay. Question number 2, how many senses we have according to the scientists? How many senses we have? You know that according to the scientists we have 9 senses. How many senses we have? Name them. For answers, see slide number 5. Question number 3, what do the sense organs do? For answer, see book page number 2. Question number 4, what corrects the image of an object seen by the eye? And question number 5, how do the taste buds help us enjoy food? Okay, from question number 1 to question number 5, this is your yesterday homework. Okay, and today's homework start from question number 6. Question number 6 is, what are receptors? You know about the receptors. For answer, see slide number 24. Okay, question number 6 is, what are receptors? Okay, now the next is question number 7, explain the different parts of human ear. Okay, so answer, see slide number 28 to 30. And question number 8, how do we smell? For answer, see slide number 35. So this is your today's homework. Question number 1 to question number 5, your yesterday homework. And today's homework starts from question number 6 to question number 8. Okay, and pre-reading tasks. Okay, and this yes, pre-reading task, read unit number 11. Okay, this is your pre-reading task, read unit number 11. Better take a screenshot. This is your unit number 1 homework. Okay, take a screenshot. Okay, this is your homework. Hurry up, better take a screenshot. Okay, this is your homework. Question number 1 to question number 8. Okay, better, this is the end from my side. God bless you. Have a nice day, and Allah Hafiz.